Welcome back, peeps. My name is Chad Wilson from Simple Cloudware, and today we're going to be adding accounts to our Lambda project and hosting it in AWS. Keep your head in the cloud. Creating accounts is absolutely essential for your application, and having the ability to do that serverlessly allows you to get your application out there for pennies a day, and as your application has success, it will automatically scale in AWS. Let's continue. Alright, let's get started here. So we're going to head over to our processing services, and we are going to create a post call that we're going to use when we are creating accounts. We're just going to cut and paste the get and rename it. Okay. And then we are going to add the body, because of course this is a post, so we'll have a body included in it. And what we're going to do now that we have a second use of this piece of code, we're going to actually break it out so we do not have code duplication. And this is a common pattern that I follow, is I'll wait for second use of a particular set of code before I break it out. Otherwise, my code gets too separated and I don't make the right decisions when to actually pull code out. But on second use is a good tool that I use. So we're just going to pass in the parameters that we're going to have from the get and now post. And then we're just going to then paste in this common piece of code that creates the URL. And then we're just going to return it. Looks good. And then instead of here, we're just going to come right up to the URI and paste this in and then fill in the parameters that we're going to pass. And then we're going to do the same thing and take this up to our get. And now we have one piece of code instead of two. Okay, so let's continue on with creating our post HTTP. So we need to update the method. And then we need to add our body. It's going to be request.content. We're actually going to be passing in string content because it's going to be JSON that we're sending over. Okay, looks good. So now let's create our accounts model, in which we're going to pass the information over. And usually I create the models first. Got a little excited there and jumped over to the service. So let's now create this. I'm just going to type it out. You don't want to watch the exacts. I've typing out the model, then just skip forward. And try to crank through this as quick as possible. I'm just going to use this as a template. And then we're just going to change the actual string name. And that saves on the typing. But when you do things like this, make sure that everything is perfect, because you move from typo issues to cut and paste issues. Cut and paste issues can be a little more sinister. Just gonna go through these one at a time, trying to be extra careful. On any of the naming conventions or the magic strings, which are words and quotes that actually have greater meaning. Causes all kinds of issues if you don't type it in just right. So it's a good thing to slow down and pay attention. All right, almost there. You just need a couple more parameters here. These last couple parameters are going to help us in our next set of videos when we use this account to create the login. Because of course we're going to need to do password reset, which is a part of these last couple. And then the last one, active, gives you the ability to inactivate a particular account. Alright, cool. It's a little bit of tedious work, but it's all going to pay off. And we're just going to copy and paste this API test and start creating our 3 endpoints that deal with accounts. So the first one will be get accounts. And we want to, of course, switch our response model to fit in with what we need to convert to JSON. And let's grab our key value pair down here and start constructing these. Of course, we're going to need to pass in a token here for our first key value pair. list, the parameters list. There we go. Oh yeah, I need to add an S here. So that way, it's just a spelling error. Let's try this again. Okay. Now we've got everything lined up, so okay, here we go. So once again, we've just got to be super careful when it comes to our naming convention and our string names. Okay, response looks good. All right, so now we are able to get accounts. So let's continue on with our next endpoint. And we'll just continue to build on what we have so far. So we'll just copy this get accounts, and let's switch this to our post. And let's add an account. Okay, and then we're going to switch this to the post. Of course, it's going to want the body, so let's work on that. Let's make a place to capture our body. And since the body is going to be streamed in, we'll use the using statement to actually capture it. So we're going to read this, the stream of content. And then we're going to use our control period to bring in the using statement, and this is going to be request.body. And then we're just going to read this into our string above, read to the end. And what the using statement will do is it'll read to the end and then it'll close this. And then one extra check that let's do is make sure that our request body can actually convert into the accounts model. And we can do this by, there's a couple of methods. You can actually check the schema, but I like to just see if I can serialize it into the actual model and then back out again. And sometimes when you're sending the information in stream, it adds extra characters, and this process will knock those extra characters out. So when you're sending it to the next step, it won't trip you up. It's kind of twofold, kind of stream cleanup and verification through deserializing it and serializing it. And we can just throw an error here back to the origin that says that your model isn't correct. This will also detect if there's some sort of extra characters or the like that are going to give this sort of serialization problems. And actually, let's switch this to account model and try it. We'll make this a new email, and let's see if we can create an account. Okay, so we're adding in our parameters. And here we go. So we're looking good. I was able to serialize it. And let's scroll down. There we go. So we were successfully able to add an account. So we're moving right along. So now let's do the last step, which is the most complex majority of the time, and that is updating. So we'll take our add account, and let's now do the update. This should probably be a put. But when you're dealing with serverless, you really only get and posts. So let's put in our update account. And this is a get because we're not going to be passing in a body. We're just going to be passing in these parameters. So we can just rename them. Alright, there's our account ID for us to update. And we'll add that. And then one more for the is active. Alright, looking good. Let's make sure all of our stream names are in order. Let's get this body out of here. Then we're going to be switching our model, of course, to a simple response. Okay, I think it looks good. Let's check it out, see if we can figure out, oops, we need to get these spaces out of here first. With that, I think we're looking good. Almost sabotaged myself right there. Okay. Making the call. Passing in our parameters. It's okay. It's good. And back out to Postman we go. Cool. So that is how you do accounts. Congratulations, peeps. You have now added accounts to your Lambda function project. This is going to lay the foundation for login, which is absolutely critical for application development. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe and notification bell to join the community, and click the like button so other people just like you can find this video. Keep your head in the clouds.